What's going on, you guys? It's WWE Asylum 16 here, coming at you guys with my SmackDown Live review for the August 9th, 2016 episode. So this was a pretty interesting episode. There were a few things that I did not understand why they had to happen, but ended up happening. So, anyways, let's get straight into this review. So, the show started with a backstage segment with Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio. It started off with Randy Orton, and he was saying that, he's going to take Brock Lesnar to Viperville at SummerSlam. It only takes one RKO to go to Viperville. And then Del Rio comes in, tells him that's like Disneyland or something, and then Randy says, "Don't worry, Del Rio, you can come in, but it's a bumpy ride. It'll be a nasty landing." And so, it's pretty much hyping up for their match later tonight. If you didn't know, Randy and Del Rio are supposed to have a match later in the night. So, yeah. So anyways, we get the show started with Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan in the ring, and Bray Wyatt cuts this amazing promo where he says, "I am a god, and SmackDown Live is my show." And he really had a good point there, because I don't know when the dude is going to get pushed. I don't know when he's going to get a title push, but sooner or later he should. He deserves it. They're kind of doing what they did to Ambrose was before, where he didn't get a title push until like a year or so. So they might do that with Bray Wyatt. I don't know. I really don't know how they feel about Bray Wyatt being a champion right now, because it's just so sad that the entire time the Wyatt family's been here in the WWE, they have never held on to one championship ever in their 2 or 3 years that they were here, which is pretty sad. They could have at least had Eric Rowan and Luke Harper win the tag team titles against the Usos, and then they could have had Bray Wyatt win like a U.S. title or Intercontinental title. Like he seriously could have won a championship during his whole time here, right? So aside from that, here comes Ziggler. Oh, here comes Ambrose first, and he's saying that he doesn't want to get involved in this because he's been through these wars where he goes into the ring and there's a 2-on-1 attack, and he's smart to realize that. He may be crazy, but he's smart to realize that he's not going to go in there and fight both of them. But then Ziggler's music hits, and then Ziggler literally one-upping Ambrose, staring him dead in the eye, and then going straight into the ring and trying to get on Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan. But then he got beat up for like a couple seconds, and then Ambrose was like, "God damn it!" So he put his title belt down and he ran into the ring. Then he started beating them up as well. And then Bray Wyatt went for the Sister Abigail on Dean Ambrose, and Dolph Ziggler accidentally super kicked Ambrose in the face. Ambrose was pretty pissed off over that, but hey, Dolph said it was an accident. As what happened backstage. So after that happened, the commercial break was over. Ambrose and Ziggler had a backstage segment, like I said, and Ambrose was basically saying that, "I know that wasn't on purpose," or "I know that was on purpose," and then Ziggler was like, "No, it wasn't on purpose. It was an accident." And that's when Shane and Bryan came along, and they clearly said that you two need to put your differences aside. You need to get along. You have to get on the same page tonight, because later on tonight, you're going to be taking on the team of Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt on SmackDown Live. And we kind of had a feeling this match was going to happen this week, right? Because of the chaos that happened last week at the end of the show. So we kind of had a feeling that was going to happen this week, and it's going to happen in the main event. Okay, now here is one of the things that I did not understand why it happened, but it just happened. So Eva Marie apparently was supposed to have her debut match last week, and she faked an injury when she went off the top turnbuckle before her match to I guess, taunt the WWE Universe. And then as soon as she hit the mat, I guess she hurt herself, her ankle or something. So she was forced not to compete, and she had her chance to redo her debut this week. And this week she pulls a fast one when the match is literally just about to start. I don't know what she did to do this, but apparently she had I am bad at pronouncing this. She had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there you go. And her top almost came off. So that was a little weird to see, and I'm surprised that they actually show that, because to me that didn't look like it was PG. You know, because her breast almost showed. But yeah. So after this happened, once again, Eva Marie is unable to compete due to her wardrobe malfunction, and the crowd is like, "Oh, that's a bunch of BS. She's just clearly doing that so she can't even do her debut. You know, it's 2 weeks in a row. What you gonna pull off next week? Oh, I don't know." So Becky Lynch is pretty furious over it, and she cuts an awesome promo, and she clearly makes a point here when she says, I've been here I've been here for a year now, and I'm always ready for a fight, and I'm not just gonna take something like that from Eva Marie. So if you're in the locker room and you're ready to fight, then come on down. And who comes out? None other than Alexa Bliss. And by the way, it's her birthday, so happy birthday to Alexa Bliss. Anyway, so she comes out, and she says to Becky Lynch that, "Oh, I'm gonna bring the Bliss to SmackDown Live. I'm the hottest new star." So they have a match. So Alexa Bliss makes her SmackDown Live debut, and she ended up defeating Becky Lynch due to an interference, due to a distraction by Eva Marie. She comes back in, her stupid music plays. Well, the music I don't really care about. It's more like the entrance, the announcer, the random person that announces her. Yeah, I can't stand that. I literally have to mute my TV every time I hear that. I don't even want to hear it. So I'm sorry, that freaking entrance that she does, it's so damn cringeworthy. Oh my god. And then when the guy announces her for like literally a whole minute long, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna deal with this crap. I'm just gonna mute my TV until the entrance is over. Okay. So the way Alexa Bliss won this match was when Eva Marie came out, caused a distraction, her music played, and I guess the guy was saying that she's able to compete now. So after that happened, Alexa Bliss countered, and she hit her, what's her finisher move called? Blissful, something like that. Which is basically like a moonsault, sort of, like from the side. So she does her finisher in the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss wins her SmackDown Live debut. I figured that she would, since it was her birthday. There's like Finn Balor won on his birthday. So yeah. I don't know if they're gonna try this match again next week on SmackDown Live, or I don't know what Eva Marie's gonna pull this time, but I don't know. This is getting kind of ridiculous. This is 2 weeks in a row that she tried to pull a fast one, and she ended up doing it again. Hopefully she doesn't do it next week and she has a fucking match. So, Randy Orton takes on Alberto Del Rio, and this was a pretty good match. I really liked it. So Randy Orton took on Del Rio, and yeah, they had a pretty good match. Randy Orton was pretty much in control of this entire match. Del Rio didn't really do much. He pretty much got his ass whooped, that's all I gotta say. So Randy Orton pretty much destroyed Del Rio in this match. There's a point where he's gonna go for the RKO, but Del Rio countered it, and he went under the ring. He didn't go under the ring, but he slid under the ropes, and he went on the outside. And then Orton clotheslined him over the barricade, and then that's when Del Rio hit Orton with the chair, causing a disqualification, and Randy wins by disqualification. And then when Del Rio comes back into the ring after he does a little damage to Randy's arm on the steel post, Randy He's he's laying down in the ring. Del Rio comes back into the ring looking to cause more damage to the arm. Orton counters immediately with the RKO out of nowhere, and that's the end of that. So Randy Orton, as you can see, can literally hit the RKO out of nowhere. So just like how he says, one RKO, Brock, and you're coming to Viperville. So now we get into this Heath Slater versus Rhino match, and basically, if Heath Slater wins, he gets a SmackDown Live contract. Because, he's been begging for weeks now, that ever since the draft happened, and he wasn't even drafted, he was pretty upset over that, so he's finally getting the chance of a lifetime to see if he can do this. I don't know. He's getting the chance of a lifetime to finally get his contract if he could beat Rhino. But keep in mind, Rhino could hit that gore out of nowhere, just like a Randy could the RKO out of nowhere. So yeah, and before this matchup happens, they have a backstage segment where Rhino's getting ready for his match, and then Heath Slater comes in, and he talks about family, saying that, here's what happened. So after Randy Orton's DQ win, there's a backstage segment, like I said, with Heath Slater and Rhino, and Slater basically talking about his family, and he's saying that he has 2 kids first, then he's saying he has 4 kids, and Rhino's like, wait a minute, I thought you said you had 2 kids. I'm like, no, I had 4. I'm like, Heath Slater, you're trolling, man. And he's saying that he bought a pool, it's above ground. He's clearly making all this BS up so that Rhino could help him win the match. And then Rhino's like, I'm not gonna buy any of this, man. Sorry, man, I can't help you. And that's when their match happens. And there was a time in this match where I thought Heath Slater was going to win because he had Rhino up with the schoolboy, and he was trying to put his feet on the ropes, but the referee was in the right position to see where his feet were at, and that's when Heath Slater didn't win, because after that distraction, Heath Slater was arguing with the ref, and he was distracted for too long. That's when Rhino had the opportunity to hit him with the gore. And 1, 2, 3, Rhino's victorious. Heath Slater doesn't get a SmackDown Live contract. However, once they come back to commercial break, Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, and Heath Slater had a backstage segment. And Heath Slater is pretty furious about what happened. And he's saying, you know what, I don't have time for this. SmackDown Live doesn't need Heath Slater. I'm just going to go somewhere else where the one-man band is needed. And Shane and Bryan were trying to talk to Slater. They had a contract in their hand. Because, you know what? Even though Heath didn't win, they were still pretty impressed with his match. So they were going to give him a contract anyway, which I thought was pretty cool, So let Heath Slater get a contract so that no one complains. But Heath Slater is so freaking furious, he doesn't let them talk, and he just walks away. So now I guess he's not signing the contract, so it looks like he might be going somewhere else. I don't know. So Carmella has a match with Natalya, a rematch from last week. Well, technically, not a rematch, but she did get attacked last week. And she ended up winning her SmackDown Live debut against Natalya. And just like last week, she was almost attacked. Last week, she was attacked during her entrance. This time, she was almost attacked, but she saw it coming, and she attacked Natalya before the match. And then as the bell rang, she got right into it with Natalya, and then Natalya, put her in a few submission holds. Carmella got out of it. Then Carmella, with some offense, then Carmella does this submission move, I don't know what she calls it, and she ends up winning. So, pretty impressive debut, I guess. Baron Corbin, I don't know what's going on with him and Kalisto. I guess he's blaming Kalisto for not winning the number 1 contenders match last week. So they have this segment backstage where Baron Corbin is literally bullying Kalisto, literally beating the hell out of him, and then all these referees and officials, they come in and they're trying to get Corbin off of them. And then Corbin throws him up against the wall and he's like, "You cost me my chance to become Intercontinental Champion, and now you're gonna pay." And he was literally being the bully there. That's when, yeah. So it seems like they're gonna have their pre-show match at SummerSlam. So yeah. Now we get into the main event: Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler versus Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt. This was a pretty good match. I really liked it. And I'm surprised that they saved it for the main event, because I kind of thought they were going to save Orton and Del Rio for the main event, but ended up saving this match for the main event, which just kind of makes sense. So, before the match even started, Ambrose and Ziggler were already arguing about who was going to start the match. It was Ambrose who started the match, and he did a little damage to Bray Wyatt, and then Ziggler came in, pretty much did the same thing. Yeah, and then when the commercial break came back on, it was pretty much Rowan doing something to Ziggler, I guess. Then Ambrose gets the tag. He does his comeback, takes out Eric Rowan and Wyatt. Then he tags in Ziggler after he's been taken out, I guess. He comes back into the ring after he does. He jumps over the top rope, lands on Eric Rowan, drives his face into the announce table, comes back into the ring, only to get clotheslined by Bray Wyatt. It wasn't really a clothesline, it was more like a hook or something. That's what JBL would say. But he got clotheslined by Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt took control from there. And then Ambrose made the tag to Ziggler. Ziggler, with the offense, taking out Rowan, with his comeback, and then hitting a neck breaker, and then hitting a super kick. But then Eric Rowan still kicks out. Then he hits the zigzag, I believe on Bray Wyatt, or was it on Rowan? I don't remember. But he ends up hitting the zigzag on one of them. Then he ends up hitting the zigzag on Rowan. Then Bray comes in, breaks up the pinfall. Ambrose takes out Bray with suicide dive, and then Ziggler wins with the super kick on Rowan. 1, 2, 3. Ambrose and Ziggler are victorious in the main event. However, Ambrose did remember. He did not forget what happened earlier in the night when he accidentally got super kicked by Dolph Ziggler. So as they were celebrating, Ambrose clearly kicked him in the gut, drilled him with dirty deeds, pretty much giving him payback for what happened earlier in the night. It was nothing too personal. Just like Ambrose would say, nothing too personal, just a little payback. So that's all. So if you want to do something, then you can do it at SummerSlam. So there you guys have it. There's my SmackDown Live review for the August 9, 2016 edition, episode, whatever. So let me know what you guys thought about SmackDown Live, and just like Raw, just like in my Raw review yesterday, did you enjoy SmackDown Live this week? Did you think it was better than last week? Did you think it was better than the first week? Did you think it was better than Raw this week? I mean, let me know what you guys think. I seriously want to know. Okay, I'm not here just to make a review. I'm here to answer you guys. I'm here to answer all your questions if you have any questions for me. I mean, pretty soon. I think when I hit 1K, I might start a Q&A. I never had a Q&A on this channel before, but I might start a Q&A. So I don't know if it should be on Twitter, or it should be on Instagram or Facebook, whatever. We'll see. Or maybe it'll be on YouTube. I don't know. But we'll see. So once again, let me know what you thought of SmackDown Live, and I'll be back shortly with 2 videos coming out with this one on WWE 2K17. So stay tuned for that, and I will catch you guys later.